Good morning, guys. It's the next morning, and it's been a quiet one. I've not heard anything from the roost. I was hoping to get in here and stage up and then wait for them to start gobbling on a roost and then get in position, but it's been dead quiet. So I'm just gonna sit on this rock here, enjoy my coffee, and just kind of wait and listen. That hen was only about 20 yards from me. Yesterday she had a tom with her. I may have had a shot, so that was what I was planning, but so it worked out good. I'm gonna probably drive around this public. We'll drive around and see what we see. All right, I just located a tom on public. I tried to get him on the camera, but it was too late. He tucked into the woods there. I'll just set up here on the side of the road and just watch for him for a while. There's 4 toms over here. That field and the woods is all public. They're just strutting up and down the edge of that field. I looked over and there's more birds right here now in this field across the street. The problem is the field is private, but the woods is all public. So what I might do is park down here, ease my way in here, and still hunt my way back. I'm gonna leave these birds alone until tomorrow morning. If I booger that up, I got a place I can go right here. All right, I can see them. They're still up ahead of me about 100 yards. That was pretty cool. That I consider a success. I could have pulled the trigger on the one, but I thought it was a hen. When I got my binos on it, and once it started to move, it had a real short beard. It was a jake. It would have been a legal bird, but I thought it was a hen, so I was letting it go. I knew there was at least one tom with that group. So I think I'm just gonna head back to the truck, grab some lunch, and continue driving around this public. I know where I got those other birds across the street, so I'm gonna be there in the morning. All right, well, it's just about 6:30. I got set up on that field edge where I saw all those toms strutting yesterday. I was over there on the road. This is the area they were in right here. They've been quiet on the roost, so I'm hoping right now that they're roosting out here in front of me in the woods. I thought I heard one gobble when I was at the truck back here, but so I'm just gonna sit here, drink my coffee. I got my blind set up. And I'm just gonna wait them out and see if I hear something. I was there until noon, and then I got up and walked the field edge, the next field over. Headed back to the truck, got some lunch, and now I'm heading back to a field you can't see from the road. It's back here in the middle of this public surrounded by hardwoods. Well, he was in this tree right here. And there's a hill right here. He pitched down to the bottom side of that hill. Now this valley right here, this little valley runs all the way out to the field that I was sitting on yesterday. That's where the hens came out. I think I'm gonna backtrack. Go back this way and cut over to the field and come down where this valley comes out into the field and see if maybe he's gonna take this creek bottom, this valley, out to the field where those hens came out. So I'm just gonna go set up over there for a few hours. Alright, it's only 5:37. I heard my first gobble. And so far, that's the only vocal bird I'm hearing, and he's off on private. Alright guys, I've been here for about an hour. And the only thing I've seen is a raccoon and a deer. I am hearing a hen on the other side of this swamp. I think it's in that private field. And I heard a tom over there as well. Pretty cool fun fact. The very first deer I killed on this piece of public here was out of this tree right here. Out of the saddle. I'll put a card right here that you can click on if you want to check that video out. I'm sorry I haven't had more exciting videos for you, but it is late in the season. I got a leftover tag. We're closing in on the end of the season. So these birds have all been hunted, they've been pressured. They've seen guys in and out of here. It is what it is. This was day 5, so I've been out here 5 straight days. But I love this public land, it's just beautiful. And when I'm not here, I really miss it. When we were down in Florida, I had mentioned a couple times to my wife that I miss this place. I love being out here. I love hearing the birds. I don't know what these flowers, these wild flowers are in the springtime, but this whole place just smells so wonderful. It just brings back good memories being out here. Alright guys, here's what I got going on. I just came back to those birds that were out in that public field, and they were heading for the road. 2 of them already crossed the road into this other private field, but all this behind it is public, and they're heading in this direction. So I'm trying to hustle back here I'm gonna try to beat these birds and get set up and see if I can't get on one. All right, I just got eyes on them. They're heading my way. The toms are following the hen. The hen's coming my way, and they're strutting. They just crossed the top of the hill on the field. Alright guys, I'm really proud of this turkey. I worked hard for it. It's towards the end of the season. Leftover tag. They were vocal, hit and miss. They'd be totally silent one morning and then they would be vocal the next morning. And I never seemed to be in the right spot. Yesterday morning I did have one tom that was vocal, and I did get, I stalked within range of seeing him fly down from the roost, but then he headed the opposite direction and he went silent on me. So I didn't have an opportunity to really go after any birds that were vocal, and they were not responding to my calls, so it was really hard. Anyway, today I was getting ready to leave and I decided to drive around this public, and I saw a small flock, 4 or 5 toms and a couple hens on private land across the road from this public. They had moved all the way up to the road, and 2 of them had already crossed the road and were in the private field just before this public. So I went up here and parked on public land, got all my gear, and I hustled back here and got onto the edge of the field. I decided to set up next to this downed tree and just watch them and try to get them on film. I wasn't sure where they were going to cut in, over here or over there. So they ended up cutting in 9 yards away from the downed tree I was at. And the first hen came in, and I didn't even know she was there because I was watching the toms and the other hen that was in the field. And that first hen came in and she must have noticed me moving the camera, and she spun around and she ran, and when she ran I saw her. And I thought I screwed it up, and she calmed down and they turned around and she came back in, and they all started following her one at a time. I had hens and toms all around me, and I had 2 more toms in the field that were still coming in off the field. I couldn't get my gun up. They caught me off guard as fast as they came in. I thought they were going to keep going, and they turned and came in right here. As soon as the second to last tom got behind a tree, there was a hen 5 yards away from me. She didn't even know I was there, but I couldn't move because she was literally 5 yards from me. And this tom was right here, almost where the camera's at. And as soon as he stepped behind a tree, I just went for it and I raised the gun up. It freaked the hen out. She started putting. She threw her head up, started putting. And then all the birds were on alert, and the tom spun around, and as soon as his head was just barely past the tree, and I got my bead on him, and he was just standing there. They were all at full alert with their heads up, and I had to just squeeze the shot off and graze the edge of the tree, and all the birds jumped up in the air and started flying, and a couple of them ran back out in the field. They were flying up over my head. And I really was disappointed. I thought I screwed it up. I thought I missed the tom and hit the tree, and I just sat there in disbelief. And about 30-40 seconds later, he started flopping around on the ground right here where the camera's at, and I couldn't believe it. I'm really thankful. Thank you, Lord. The Lord has just been, God has just been so good to me, and He's blessed all my efforts. I'm glad that it was in His plan and in His will to bless me with this bird today. So it's only my 3rd one. I'm an inexperienced new turkey hunter. It's only my 4th season, 3rd bird. And I'm just really happy, really tickled to death about this bird. So I want to thank you guys for following along. Thank you for all your comments and encouragement as I've tried my best to get another turkey on the ground. So if you guys like videos like this, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification for more videos like this. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. But most importantly, I hope you get out and enjoy your own adventures. Take care.